number one, and Sam Darnold wants to do slightly better than having the worst passing yards in the league.
And here in Baltimore, we have a good one for you. The Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. The back-to-back years of being the number one seed. The 0-2 Baltimore Ravens off to a rough start. Kansas City being red hot. Including that defense, which has stepped up from last year. Kansas City will receive first. It'll be McCole Hardman taking it midway through the end zone, and we are off here in Baltimore.
I'm ready for another fine week of NFL football.
Dual commentary, week 3. Patrick Mahomes will start off in the shotgun. DeAndre Washington to his right, Tyreek Hill, Demarcus Robinson, and Sammy Watkins out right, Kelsey in the block. And they'll run a screen on the first play to DeAndre Washington. And what could have been a big play, but a nice play by DJ Clark in the middle linebacker position to hold it to just the gain of 4.
What a play. I mean, just these athletes are just insanely talented at everything they do. Got an update here in Indianapolis. The Colts have been driving down the field with a passion. They've gone 60, almost 70 yards, and 59 of these through the air. Sam Darnold's looking to prove all his haters wrong.
And meanwhile, the Kansas City defense faces a 3-and-out on the first drive. But Andy Reid will elect to go for it here. Interesting decision on Andy Reid's part. Mahomes in the shotgun all alone, all by himself. Firing late, and he has Tyreek Hill wide open for a massive gain of much more. Tyreek Hill down the sideline, and a huge gain all the way down to the 20. The gain of about 50 yards on 4th and 5 in Kansas City, just like that, is knocking on the red zone door. Back to Eric and Indy.
Massive play here coming up on third and goal on the 2-yard line. Can Indianapolis punch it into the end zone? We're about to see. Sam Darnold takes the snap, looks back, fires in the end zone. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel, the newly acquired wide receiver, who's playing like the best in the league this year. Touchdown! Indianapolis on the board first against the New York Football Jets. Back to you in Baltimore.
And we have a 3rd and inches here from the Baltimore 12-yard line. They'll run it with Darrell the Barrel Williams right up the gut, and that's going to be close. And he breaks free down inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. It was originally close, but he, being the power back he is, plows through and gaining an extra 5 yards. And here we go, Kansas City knocking on the door. Anthony Sherman and Darrell Williams to his left. They'll hand it off to the sausage, Anthony Sherman, and he is in for his 2nd touchdown of the campaign early here in the NFL season. Kansas City strikes and draws first blood here in Baltimore.
What an interesting, amazing offense there in Kansas City. Got a quick update here in Indianapolis. The New York Jets take the field for the first time of this game, with Phillip Rivers under center, after, remember, the trade for Sam Darnold.
And now Jimmy Garoppolo will take the field for the first time as a Baltimore Raven. Remember that blockbuster deal. Lamar Jackson in exchange for Jimmy Garoppolo and 2 first-round picks.
No. You're a bit off there, my friend. It wasn't 2 firsts. It was George Kittle a first and Jimmy Garoppolo. Interesting deal.
I stand corrected. Definitely a blockbuster deal, which I think definitely going with a one deal. Not often you see a team do that. And it's Jimmy Garoppolo running the option. A very interesting call on the first play, but he's swallowed up by Derek Nottie after just a gain of 1.
I mean, when you find your quarterback, you get your quarterback. You have your quarterback, you get him, and you win with him. That's what you do.
And how about San Francisco being aggressive, going out there, not only getting Lamar Jackson, but also getting players of the likeness such as DK Metcalf.
And wasn't there one other trade? Oh yes, Dalvin Cook. Just they appear to be loading up for a Super Bowl run. I don't know many teams that could stop them in the NFC.
I completely agree with you. Jimmy Garoppolo has a 1st and 10 from his own 39. He'll drop back to pass from under center. Throwing it out late and to Mark Ingram, but picked up and thrown down by Anthony Hitchens at the 43, only a gain of 4. Jimmy Garoppolo having a 2nd and 6. Only a 4-man rush. Garoppolo all kinds of time. Pressure, and was it caught? It was caught. Dez Bryant on a great receiving. No, excuse me, Miles Boykin wearing that old 88. For a while, Dez Bryant was on, but that is my fault. It was Miles Boykin.
Quick update here in Indianapolis. The New York Jets are now in the red zone. Joe Flacco is doing such an amazing drive. Not Joe Flacco, Philip Rivers, sorry. He's doing an amazing drive at the moment. Trying to convert on the 3rd and 1, which they do. Is now 1st and 10 from the Indianapolis Colts' 11. The Jets looking to punch it in to tie this game up. Back to you.
And one comment about this is I've been looking forward to this game all week that you are commentating on currently. The Jets and Indianapolis, they exchanged quarterbacks, remember, before the season, essentially. But here, it's the end of the 1st quarter here in Baltimore. Kansas City up 7, but a 3rd and inch is coming up for Baltimore.
Scoring update. The New York Jets punch it into the end zone. 7-6. Extra point pending. It appears like we've got a game here in Indianapolis.
And update, Dorian O'Daniel throws down Mark Ingram behind the line. It'll bring up a 4th and 2. But the Baltimore offense will stay on the field. Ingram in the backfield, a twin pyramid set. And Ingram close to the 1st down at the 29. I think he got it. And he did. Getting the 1st down by about half a yard, and he was tripped up. He had a wide open hole. Fortunate for Kansas City to fall down where he did.
I mean, every game just comes down to 1 or 2 fortunate moments that go the right way of the winning team.
In Kansas City, their defense heavily based off the zone. And the zone so far has been working for him so far pretty well. But it does give Garoppolo more time, and there's Kittle's 1st reception as a Baltimore Raven against Kansas City, and it comes in the 3rd and 2. Only a gain of 3 for George Kittle.
Big update here. 7-7. The Colts trying to go back down and answer the New York Jets when a ball was tipped into the air and almost intercepted down the field. Luckily for the Indianapolis Colts, it was not.
Jimmy Garoppolo and the Ravens now for the 1st time in the end zone. They'll run the read option, and Jimmy Garoppolo getting pounded by the likes of Juan Thornhill and Tyrann Mathieu. Only a gain of 2.
What a strange play call, and it's a turnover! We have a turnover live! First turnover right as I was speaking about this weird play call. The Jets intercept a ball that was tipped into the air. They now have it within the red zone. Philip Rivers and the Jets looking to extend their lead over the Indianapolis Colts.
And speaking of extending leads, no lead being extended here as Baltimore strikes back.
Scoring update here. New York Jets with a big play score. They now take the lead 14-7.
And it's 7-7 here in Baltimore. Justin Tucker on to kick it away deep to McCole Hardman. McCole Hardman will take it at about the 5-yard line. And McCole Hardman, one of the more dangerous returners in the NFL, and he will only take this out
dangerous
to about the 27.
Both teams.
And we appear to have an injured Baltimore Raven. We'll check on him when we get back. Mahomes now in the shotgun. Clyde Edwards-Helaire to his left. Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins split out wide. Mahomes, all kinds of time on the run, throwing to Tyreek Hill. 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5 touchdown Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes to Tyreek Hill on what was a slant route and blown coverage by what appeared to be Earl Thomas, biting into the Clyde Edwards-Helaire screenplay. It was a fake
Wasn't
screen.
the only thing he was biting into this offseason.
Right you are. And Kansas City, in lightning fashion, takes the lead back from Baltimore 14-7. Tommy Townsend to kick it away. High and deep and out of the back of the end zone. Devin Duvernay, no chance to return. Back to you in Indy.
The Jets are trying to hold back the Indianapolis Colts' storming offense, just blasting down the field, trying to respond. Sam Darnold has been doing his best, but this Jets defense has just been locked down, along with a few key drops on first down, have been hindering these Indianapolis Colts so far this game. We got a big pass interference call all of a sudden. Sam Darnold tried to hit his tight end on the sideline when he was just unnecessarily decked by a linebacker before the ball was even in the air. The Indianapolis Colts now have it right on the outside of the red zone. Back to you in Baltimore.
And Jimmy Garoppolo and the Falcons driving. Jimmy Garoppolo over the middle, caught by Willie Snead at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10 again. And Jimmy Garoppolo and Willie Snead, this duo, is picking apart Kansas City's zone defense. But if you go zone, they're going to hit you right at George Kittle. So Kansas City in a little predicament here. Garoppolo back to pass, and to Mark Ingram, but Bashad Breeland, 21, taking down number 21. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Big update here, 2-minute warning as we speak. The Jets are now pushed back to their red zone as the Indianapolis Colts are driving in. Oh, what a massive hit the Jets lay out on Marlon Mack, yet he holds on. Under 2 minutes still left in this quarter. The Indianapolis Colts driving at the 5-yard line.
And a roughing the passer called here by Anthony Hitchens. 54 seconds left. That'll put Baltimore at their own 9-yard line, knocking on the door.
Scoring update. The Indianapolis Colts respond as Sam Darnold scrambles at him himself to go and
meanwhile,
score.
Jimmy Garoppolo decked by Frank Clark about 12 yards behind the line. It's a massive sack, and it'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 19-yard line. I apologize for that interruption, but a massive play.
Extra point good. Game tied, 14-14. With 1:30 left on the clock. The Indianapolis Colts are now kicking it off to the New York Football Jets.
Kansas City will take their first time out of the half here with 43 seconds to go. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 11. And Jimmy Garoppolo back in shotgun. Mark Ingram to his right. Garoppolo take the snap back to pass. Firing for the end zone, and it is George Kittle, and he is in. Touchdown, Baltimore. And Baltimore looking to tie this game up with an extra point right here. RG3 on the hold, Justin Tucker to kick. The snap, hold, perfect. We have a tie game with 39 seconds left here in Baltimore in this first half.
It appears that we each have both 2 great games going on at the moment. 2 supposedly so far high-scoring affairs where each offense is taking the lead and each defense is scrambling to try and catch up.
Right you are. Patrick Mahomes, 34 seconds at his own 23. Not quite as good starting field position as last week when they scored with about 40 seconds to go. Can he do it again this week? And Mahomes looking deep. He's got Robinson and broken up by the former Kansas City Chief, Marcus Peters. 2nd and 10 for Kansas City.
I mean, that Ravens secondary is just like another level of great.
And it is
they have Pro Bowls across the team. Perfect secondary to line up against the Kansas City Chiefs.
And now hold on. Mahomes going deep and broken up. In and out of the hands of Tyreek Hill, and it'll be 3rd and 10 with 23 seconds to go.
Update here in Indianapolis. The New York Jets are driving, about to cross the 50. When all of a sudden, turnover, intercepted, wait, his feet were not in bounds. Byron Murphy Jr. could not get his feet in bounds and end the Jets'
And meanwhile,
drive.
Mahomes will throw. Demarcus Robinson off to the races. Marcus Peters can only stand and watch him as DeMarcus Robinson will run down the sideline and score with 11 seconds remaining. Mahomes did it again this week. Last week he scored a touchdown with about 9 seconds. This week he does it with 11. Harrison Butker on for the extra point. Jordan Tomlin to hold. Kick is perfect. It's a 21-14 game. 11 seconds to go here in the half.
Update here in Indianapolis. As you were speaking, and Byron Murphy decides to atone for his sin of not getting his feet in bounds and picks off Phillip Rivers for his first turnover of the season. The newly acquired Indianapolis Colt is trying to make his presence known to the fans.
And it appears the Ravens and Jimmy Garoppolo will just run out the clock as they hand it off to Mark Ingram up the middle, gaining minimal yards. Baltimore will not take a timeout. That'll take us to halftime here in Baltimore. Back to you in Indy.
The game is close to half. There's 5 seconds left, and the Indianapolis Colts appear to be trying to score, but they don't have the playmakers. So it appears they're just going to run the ball, hand the ball off to second in the league leading rusher Marlon Mack.
And a respectable half for Patrick Mahomes. 217 yards passing, no interceptions, and 2 touchdowns for his credit.
We'll start up in the Steel City, Heinz Field in Pittsburgh.
Third quarter starting here in Indianapolis as the Colts kick off the ball to the New York Jets, who have been surprisingly efficient and quick scoring with this team, on this defense.
And we are back here to start the second half here in Baltimore. Tommy Townsend will kick it away into the Baltimore night sky as we are ready to get set for football once again. His kick through the back of the end zone. Devin Duvernay, no chance of returning.
We have an injury update here in Indianapolis. One of the offensive linemen of the New York Jets has gone down to one knee and is taking to the locker room, gripping his wrist.
And you can only hope that wrist isn't fractured for that career.
Yeah, hopefully he does not break his wrist and miss significant time. But it's just the way the cookie crumbles in the NFL. You get injured.
And meanwhile, hold on. Sorry to interrupt. But Jimmy Garoppolo looked like he ran a speed option. He kept it, and he took a lick. But fortunately, he is all right. It'll be 2nd and 4 for Baltimore. Garoppolo back to pass, short pass to Kittle. And Kittle gaining about 9 for a first down.
That offense of the of the Baltimore Ravens is just so scary. We have weapons for Jimmy Garoppolo across the field.
Yeah, even without Lamar Jackson, this offense can still produce, even despite starting the season 0-2. They have lost 2 very close games, one game by 7, one game by 9. So, by no means is this team a bad team, just a rocky start to their season.
Along with that, but sadly, even with that rocky start, they can't make good heading in the division as the Pittsburgh Steelers start off their season 3-0, hoping to try and make it back in the Super Bowl.
And meanwhile, Kittle is seeming to pick apart the Kansas City defense one by one as he has pretty much single-handedly, aside from one pass play to Willie Snead, got this Baltimore defense all the way down to the 28 of Kansas City, and all of a sudden they are driving, looking to tie it again.
This appears that we both have 2 amazing games going on. Hopefully, game of the year. It's intercepted! Again, the ball batted in the air for Indianapolis, and the Jets come down with it. May with his 2nd pick of the game. And the Jets now have the ball at the 4-yard line.
And a fortunate play for the Jets.
Phillip Rivers takes the snap and touchdown. Indianapolis falls. Their defense falters again, and the Jets score 20-14, extra point pending.
And Kansas City might have one of the best red zone defenses, only allowing 1 red zone score this year. As Jimmy Garoppolo from the 8 now. The run is to Ingram, and Ingram going nowhere.
Dirty move we have the dirty play. A young player by the name of Marvell Tell III decks Adam Vinatieri in the back of the behind the line of scrimmage after the kick is over. Vinatieri was luckily okay, but the Indianapolis Colts need to reel these people in. Can't hurt such a great relic like him.
And meanwhile, it's 1st and goal for Baltimore. Mark Ingram in the backfield. Lining up in the power set, they'll hand it off, but Ingram goes nowhere. Fortunate to gain a yard rolling over Damian Wilson. And it will be 2nd and goal from the 4.
2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
And his pass to Kittle is in. Touchdown Ravens, 20-21. Keep in mind, this is George Kittle's first appearance against the Kansas City Chiefs since the Super Bowl loss, where he said, "Vengeance is going to be mine," when he is going to defeat this Kansas City Chiefs team, and he is playing a huge role in today's game. It's a tie game, 21 apiece here in Baltimore.
The Indianapolis Colts have the ball again and are running it some more. With his second leading rusher in the league, Marlon Mack taking the ball. 8 rushes for 55 yards going about into the 4th quarter.
Mahomes under center, Clyde Edwards-Helaire behind him. Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins outside of him. Mahomes off his back foot, firing the Tyreek Hill breaking away, and there he goes. Kansas City is going to go take the lead again. This offense is striking in lightning fashion here tonight. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd big touchdown, but an injury update. Anthony Hitchens with a bruised shoulder. Substitute Ben Neiman will come in, but we are told he will return later in the game.
Indianapolis Colts here for an update. They are now driving into the red zone. Marlon Mack takes the ball, 1st and 10, and runs it again for a rush of 6, leaving them with a 2nd and 4 in the red zone, hoping to tie this game and not drop this game to this New York Jets.
Tommy Townsend's kick, a very high kick. It'll be taken by Devin Duvernay at the 2. And Devin Duvernay will be stopped at the 20-yard line. 7 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And chances are they'll probably just run this with Mark Ingram, which they do not. Over the middle pass, but Zach Hollywood Brown with the reception hanging on. It'll be 2nd and 1, and that'll take us to the 4th quarter here in Baltimore. Back to Eric in Indianapolis.
Big update here. 4th and 30 on the New York Jets 10-yard line. The Indianapolis Colts decide to go for it. Sam Darnold takes the snap, surveys the field, no one's open, throws it, and it's caught, but it is not across the 1st down. And the start of the 4th quarter, and the Jets have it at the 12-yard line, up by 7, looking to extend their lead.
And now, meanwhile, a flag thrown on the play. 21-28 in favor of Kansas City, but on a 3rd and 3, they originally converted it, but a holding penalty is going to send them back 10 yards. It'll be 3rd and 13 here in Baltimore, and Jimmy Garoppolo desperately needing a 1st down. Garoppolo taking the snap. Mark Ingram will swing out right. Garoppolo dumps it off to Ingram, but Ingram lost his footing and stumbled out of bounds. It'll be 4th and 13.
Big play coming up. 2nd and 23 after a massive sack from DeForest Buckner to push them back.
Tyreek Hill will take this one.
Turnover! Intercepted! Wait, no! Second interception where the Indianapolis Colts receive the cornerback could not get his feet in bounds. It's now 3rd and 23. 4 minutes, 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Can the Indianapolis Colts keep the Jets from getting the first down? They go with a screen to Adams, and he stopped short of the first down. It is 4th and 16. 4 minutes, 49 seconds left. And the Jets appear to be punting the ball back to Indianapolis Colts. The Colts, if they could score a touchdown here and get the extra point, they would be tying the game and hopefully sending it to overtime, or hopefully ending the game.
An update here in Baltimore. Kansas City looking to score yet again. They're at the 27-yard line. Mahomes is driving, already up by 7, looking for that insurance score right here, just outside of the red zone. Mahomes back to pass. No one's open, he'll dump it off to Darwin Thompson. And just a gain of 6 yards, and it'll bring up 2nd and 4 here in Baltimore. Mahomes in the shotgun, he will take the snap. Mahomes, heavy rush coming. Mahomes in trouble. Mahomes on the run, firing to Sammy Watkins, and caught down at the 5. And Kansas City looking to extend their lead. Back to you in Indy.
2nd and 10 here as the Indianapolis Colts cross the 50-yard line. Sam Darnold hoping to lead his team into the end zone and tie it up after such a rough game. And he finds Pascal at the 21, down to the New York Jets 21. The massive play, lofting it over 2 defenders, and Pascal goes out and catches it. The Indianapolis Colts now still driving with chances still alive. He throws to Michael Pitt. Sam Darnold takes a snap, throws to Michael Pittman Jr. for the first down. No, wait, 2nd and inches, down at the 11. The New York Jets reeling after this.
And meanwhile, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, sorry to interrupt, but we have a scoring update. Clyde Edwards-Helaire punches it in from 3 yards. A 34-21 game pending the extra point. With 2:53 to go, Kansas City might have just put the final nail in the coffin. Tamu's hold is perfect, and Butker's kick as well. 35-21 here in Baltimore. Back to you in Indy.
Here, handoff, but wait, there's a flag. Marlon Mack down to the well, but the flag is on. Holding offense. No! Indianapolis Colts look distraught as their backup center commits the hold on the massive play. Now it's 3rd and 6 on the 17 of the New York Jets. What a lucky break for the Jets.
And Ben Neiman laying a big hit to Devin Duvernay at the 31-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for Jimmy Garoppolo, desperately needing a score here late in the game.
Both of these games are looking for late heroics by the quarterback. But Sam Darnold decides to take it himself. Oh, no. He takes it for the first down. Takes it for the first down, but wait, the flag on the field is for the offense. The cornerback, Brian Poole, what a retarded name, does not hurt. He hits Sam Darnold late and hurts his feelings. Flag. 1st and goal from the 2. Indianapolis looking to score and tie up this game with 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Back to you in Baltimore. Scoring update. Indianapolis does score, punches it into Marlon Mack. Touchdown, 21-20, pending the extra point.
And here in Baltimore, we have a 3rd and 3. Jimmy Garoppolo in the shotgun. Mark Ingram to his right. They'll hand it off Mark Ingram, and he will get the first down, but only by about a couple yards. A rush of 5 yards on 4th and 3 gives Baltimore still a little life, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning here in Baltimore.
The extra point was good. It is now 21-21. 3 minutes, 33 seconds left. On the New York Jets have the ball to take it down the field and score on their own 26-yard line. Will Phillip Rivers do this and crush the hopes of the Indianapolis Colts for having an undefeated season? We will see.
And Kansas City looking to just put away Baltimore. 1:55 to go in the game. Both teams with all 3 timeouts, however. The Chiefs with a 14-point lead. Passing in the middle to Kittle, and Kittle close to a first down. He's going to say it be about a yard short, and a really short 1 yard coming up. Garoppolo to pass. Over the middle, Kittle got it. First down. A gain of about 5. Back to Indy.
The Jets are driving. It's 1st and 10 on their 46-yard line with 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. You're not going to take the snap till 2:35, 34, 33, 32, 31 with another handoff. The Jets cross the 50-yard line and are getting close to field goal range with 2:25 remaining. But the Jets appear to be taking this to the 2-minute warning. With only 3 seconds left, they would have to snap the ball now to be able to. They do! Wait! The Jets take it, snap! Before the 2-minute warning, and they get across 30 into field goal range with under 2 minutes remaining. The New York Jets appear to be looking like they might try and win this game. Indianapolis Colts fans distraught.
Meanwhile, Baltimore driving just outside of the red zone, and the pass to Mark Ingram, and he'll get a gain of 4, but into the red zone. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the 18, and Baltimore will take their first time out here in the 4th.
2nd and 6.
30 seconds left to go.
Garoppolo in the shotgun. J.K. Dobbins to his left, an interesting play call there. And not quite a first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. That was Miles Boykin who came in and got the reception. And now, meanwhile, a pass to Miles Boykin along the left side. 10 seconds to go here in the game. From the 5, Garoppolo just looking to punch it in to not go down by 2 scores at the end of this one.
Minute 41 left. The New York Jets at the 6-yard line. The Colts have no timeouts. Spinning for it. No! Their Jets are at the 2-yard line with very little time remaining. They are looking to punch it in and win the game.
And meanwhile, the Baltimore Ravens score a touchdown with 2 seconds to go. However, it won't
touchdown
matter.
Update here in Indianapolis. Touchdown Jets. They take the lead 27-21 pending the extra point, leaving 1 minute 16 seconds for the Indianapolis Colts to come drive down and score the game-tying touchdown. Sam Darnold on the sideline, hyping his troops, getting ready to return this kick, getting ready to go out and score the game-tying touchdown. Rodgers to return the kick out of his own end zone. He gets it up to his 25-yard line. Sam Darnold comes out with having an iffy game, 2 rushing touchdowns, a passing touchdown, but 2 interceptions, looking to try and have a game-winning drive. But will he be able to conduct it? We will see.
And that is it from here in Baltimore. Kansas City wins it 35-28. And we'll send you back down to Indianapolis for the exciting finish of the Jets game.
Ball security is paramount. Not just a week of practice, I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure we have it, tuck it away.
Sam Darnold takes the snap, looking across the field. He has to go across the middle, even though he doesn't want to, for a gain of 10 yards, moving the chains. But has to go and hurry up because the Jets have killed the clock enough to make it so Indianapolis does not have any more timeouts. Get out of bounds, motherfucker. 13 seconds left. The Indianapolis Colts looking for life. And Sam Darnold heaves up a prayer, and it's intercepted by the New York Football Jets. And that appears to be the end of the game. As the Jets take a turnover on the last second Hail Mary, the game appears to be over. The New York Jets in the victory formation. It is over. They hike the ball, kneel it, game over. The Indianapolis Colts fall to 2-1. This has been the Indianapolis Colts broadcast of the crushing defeat against the Indianapolis Colts.
Now hold on, don't go away yet, as we have some exciting stats post-game here. Patrick Mahomes, a 156.3 per quarterback rating on 12 attempts, 9 completions for 346 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. His longest pass of 77, the deep bomb to Tyreek Hill. Rushing, a different story. Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Anthony Sherman both had a touchdown, but combined for a total of just 7 yards altogether, and only 17 total rushing yards for Kansas City. Mark Ingram, however, had 42 rushing yards, no touchdowns, average of 3.0. Jimmy Garoppolo passing the 133.7 rating, 33 completions on 36 attempts, 260 yards, and 4 touchdowns. That'll be it for stats here post-game of the Kansas City Chiefs. They come out on top of the Baltimore Ravens 35-28, sending it to Indianapolis for the final stats.
Well, the final stats of this game, even though the disheartening loss that the Indianapolis Colts had received, 28-21 to the New York Football Jets. The final stats were a solid story coming in. The Sam Darnold threw for 206 yards and a touchdown, but 3 turnovers. His longest was of 21 yards, but he did make up for it on the ground game with 2 touchdowns on the ground. No, 1 touchdown, on the ground. While Marlon Mack, the second leading rusher in the league, has a touchdown and 64 on the ground. Receiving, Marlon Mack, again, leads the team as the true back for this team. He's got 77 yards after the catch and 7 catches, followed by Pascal with 41, Doyle for 31, and Michael Pittman for 30, and Cortland Sutton, the new addition to the wide receiver, for 21 yards and a touchdown. Back to you.
And thank you for watching Week 3 of Dual Commentary here on the Sir Bikini YouTube channel. If you want to go watch the other game, the New York Jets Indianapolis Colts game with the same commentary, you can go over to the Random Hobo YouTube channel. That is all from here. We thank you for watching this episode of Dual Commentary, and we'll see you